And the Lord shall smite thee with the botch of Egypt and with the emerods. You say, what is the emerods? Well, just put an H on the front of it and see if that helps. But anyway, and with the scab and with the itch whereof thou canst not be healed. Boy, stop and think about this. How would you like God to smite you with itchy scabs that won't heal? Ugh, right? That's scary. Being covered in just an inflammation and burning and just itchy scab. Look, this is what Job went through. Now, of course, Job wasn't being punished, so we don't want to judge other people. You know, if we see bad things happen to other people, we don't want to jump to that conclusion, because Job went through some of these things as a testing, as a trial of his faith. But you know what? We know when we're not right with God and these things start happening to us. Then we put 2 and 2 together. Look, if you're living a righteous life and bad things happen, you know what? Then you could be like Job and say, He knoweth the way that I take, and when I'm tried, I'll come forth as gold. Amen. So, you know, when you go through bad things and you're right with God, there's a joy in that, because you think to yourself, you know what? When I'm tried, I'm going to come forth as gold. And this is all trials and tribulations that are strengthening my faith. But you know what? You know when you're not right with God. You know when you're out of church, you're not reading your Bible, you're not soul winning, you're living in sin, you're fornicating, you're drinking. And then the scabs come, and then the inflammation comes, then the burning comes, then the pains come, and then you realize, wow, God is punishing you. And there's no joy in that, because it's like a lose-lose. Pain, suffering, misery, because I was an idiot. At least let it be pain, suffering, and misery because I'm serving God and I'm going to go through this, and then, you know, I'm going to be like Job. I'm going to end up with twice as much blessing in the end. But man alive, the itching and the burning. Remember Job scraping himself with a piece of pottery? There's nothing worse than a bad itch. You know, I'm thinking about the worst itch I ever had in my life. One time I got just the worst sunburn ever. I mean, my back just got cooked. My whole back, and it was like parts that you couldn't reach to scratch. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not very limber in my arms. So my back just got cooked. And I remember I was at work. I was doing fire alarm inspections, and I had just the worst ever sunburn. And you know, it's like after a couple days, you hit that one day where the itching hits its peak. My back was itching so bad. It felt like it was on fire. I'm just scraping it and nothing would satisfy. I'm trying to put lotion on it, scratch it. It was torture. It was like the worst feeling. It was one of the worst things ever. Can you imagine just having that and you can't be healed for a week, a month, years? Torture. You don't think that God could just snap his fingers and send the scabs and send the itch and send the burning, send the inflammation? You don't think God has the power to do that? God has the power to do that, and he has done that to people, to punish them.